So today I am working on some badge buddies, and I don't know if y'all can see it. So I kind of messed it up when I was cleaning, trying to clean the edges up with this exacto knife, and now I gotta fix it because I accidentally scratched the front of the badge buddy. So now I'm getting ready to fix it, and I'm gonna show you guys how I fix it. So it was a long cut going through here, and I'm just gonna use my 180 grit nail files to just file it down really smooth to get that cut out of it that I made. And then I'm just gonna re-resin it. Pretty quick process. And I find that these nail files are easier than me using sandpaper. So if you hear noise in the background, that's my kids. And I try to sand it down as much as I can because, as you know, the more layers of resin that you put on, the heavier it'll be. And with these, since they go here on the badge reel, you don't want them to weigh it down and have it hanging all the way down. So I try to sand it down as much as I can, and I kind of feel it in my hand to check the weight on it. So once you get it all sanded down to your liking, I'm just making sure there's no rough edges. You can use your brush or whatever you got to just dust it off. And then it'll look as good as new. Alright, so then after that, you just spray it with some alcohol. And I use a paper towel. You can use whatever you want to wipe it off, and to dry it, I just use a paper towel because it doesn't leave any extra fibers, and you don't want that when you're working with resin. You don't want just random stuff just hanging out in your resin. So I'm just gonna pour a little. I already mixed this, and I let it sit for about 10 minutes just to get all the bubbles out. And I'm just gonna do a really thin layer. And make sure that you are covering the edges, not so that it can run over, but that you're covering them so they're not sharp or gritty when you give it to your customer. And I try to go as close to this hole right here as I can. That's the little piece where you put the bottom of your badge tab through. And it's okay if you get it in there because you can clean it up later, either by my favorite method. I like to heat up my exacto knife because it makes it easier to remove the resin. And once I got an even small bit of resin on there, I just double check my edges, and then I'll let it sit for about 5 minutes so it can level out and get all of the bubbles out. And then I'll take a lighter to it to make sure that all of the bubbles are popped. And that is it, guys. And this will be ready to ship tomorrow. And I just basically lay it on the flat surface on my silicone mat and let it dry for 24 hours. And that's it.